Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I made my essay look pretty. This is my essay. Her name is Dandelion.
Hello.
First, before you do anything, you're going to want to apply your foundation to your essay. I did this by doing the QHQ process, which basically is when you ask yourself a bunch of questions that has to do with your topic, answer them, find out some answers for them, and that turns into the evolving thesis of your essay. Once you have that, it gives you kind of the direction where you want to take your essay. Maybe you want to go a little bold, maybe not so much, maybe not want to offend so many people with what's on your face. So for example, you could start with a more general question like, why do people leave comments on YouTube, which is what I asked. And then from there, I kind of just went more specific, and that kind of shaped my essay. The nice thing about the evolving thesis is that it kind of gives you a lot of creative freedom, and you can take it basically wherever you want. But you want to make sure that you constantly check and visualize where you want to take your essay so that it doesn't lose focus, because that's the last thing you want to do is make everything clash and not make sense. After that, you want to frame your entire face. I completely skipped the framing part in my first essay, and that just turned it into a complete mess. So take it from a professional. You don't want to skip this part. You can use whatever you want as a framing concept. In my second essay, I used the concept of perception in order to drive the rest of the paper. And in my presentation essay, I use the concept of safe houses and imaginary communities in order to drive that one. Use whatever you want as long as you're comfortable with it and you know what you're doing and it makes sense. We've said goodbye. So the next thing you want to do is establish your ethos by using the authoritative eye. So for me, sometimes the hardest part of the authoritative eye is making sure that it blends well into my essay. But the nice thing is that there are so many different eyes that you can use, and you just use the one that works best for you. For me, that is the scholarly eye, and so that's what we're going to go with today. When you're writing your essay, you realize that the lighting at different angles is terrible, so you gotta change the angle. And you just gotta go with it. Next, if you feel like any part of your essay is short or lacking in any way, a method that I really like to use to extend is vertical development. In my own essay, I used vertical development to describe what blind assent and dogmatism are. And so we are going to do some vertical development to Darian's face. Lastly, you want to make sure you've backed up all of your claims by tracking, zooming, and panning. It took me a while to master the art of zooming because you don't want to zoom in too much and just overpower your entire essay with too much detail. But with a light enough hand, it can be done. Candlelight. No silent prayers till the stars burning bright, and I promise you there's still a day. So this is the finished look. Oh, love, write it in the sky. Oh, love, write it in the sky. Oh, love. I hope you guys learned something today. If you're interested in the actual products that I used, I will link those down below, and I'll see you guys next time.